All right, everyone. It is 3:06 p.m. on Tuesday, April 4th. It is April. And you know what time it is. If it is the first Tuesday of the month, that means that it is time for the Kitsap Regional Library. So glad that you can join us today. I am your host, Marwan Cameron, and today we have our very favorite ML King Library downtown adult librarian, Priya Chari.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing just fine. Feeling good. How about you, Marwan?
I am blessed. I'm having a really great day. And it's getting cold at night, but it is getting nicer during the day. So it's super exciting to be outside.
It is. I went for a nice walk during lunch today, just trying to suck up that sunlight. Like, give it to me, give it to me. It's good
Absolutely.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, what really is good is every first Tuesday, the library is here to tell us what's new in the zoo. And there's always so many things to do. So we should jump right in because we have a special treat for people and they don't even know what it is yet.
Oh, yeah. So usually I talk about upcoming programs for the month, and I will do that. But in the context of this new awesome thing we have coming up at the library, which is a brand new website, we are very, very excited about it. It'll be just a whole lot more pleasant visually and easier to navigate, has a lot more content, and might look familiar to some of you who might use other library systems websites, for instance, like Seattle, King County, surrounding systems. So I will go ahead and share so we can just take a look at that.
Oh, you're jumping right into it. Hey.
Yeah. Are you
All right.
seeing our new homepage, Marwan?
Let me just bring it up there. Yes, I am.
Beautiful. Okay.
And I think you have it maximized on your screen, so that's the biggest it can get. That's perfect.
I think so. We can make it a little bigger. I just want to make sure that we can see everything. The nice thing about the new website, it uses a platform called BiblioCommons. It's a really popular web platform for library systems. So it's really optimized to combine our catalog and our event system and our basic just need to know information into one easy and pretty website. And so one of the coolest things that we're excited about is that this website should be fully responsive, which means no matter what device you're looking at it on or what size of screen, it will expand or shrink to fit so that things aren't jumbled or hidden or pushed around and that type of thing. So you saw I made it a little bigger, it changed the text size, but the whole format of the web page stayed the same, which is really cool. So I'll give you a little bit of a tour, but I just want to show you what the current website looks like. It's krl.org, the one you know and love. So you can just see a little bit of difference here, our old and current website. We're switching over next month. We'll have the bars up at the top for the menu. It has our carousel in the center, which shows upcoming things, how do I locations. We're all familiar with this. And you'll see on the front page of our current website, krl.org. Check out the sneak peek of our new website. We're switching on May 3rd. So there's that link where you'll go to open that up. And it'll bring us right back to the page we were just at. Cool. So with the new website, some things look very similar. We got the same logo, same color scheme, same font, same events and general processes. But on the new website, you'll see, firstly, it will switch over to krl.org next month. So you see the URL right now is kitsap.bibliocms.com. It'll just switch to krl.org. No need to memorize a new website. But with the new one, you'll see there's just 3 drop downs, and those combine everything that we do, which is really neat. The first one, browse, is the default. And so that shows you how to browse our collection. And that is a collection in the broadest sense. So that is books, music, movies, video games, databases, ebooks, audiobooks, kits that you might have. So it gives you options to browse by format, by audience, if you want to do kids versus adults. Topic will search within our databases. And then just some more general categories like in demand. If you really want to look at the new or best sellers or picks that we recommend, we have categories for that as well. And then more is the everything else. So our early learning kits, our seed libraries, our ukuleles, those will all be listed here. And so everything that we have in our collection is going to be under the term browse, which is this little drop down right here again. First one. If you want to search for something very specific, the search bar up at the top, that will do it same as it did on the last website. It does look slightly different, so I'll get into that in a bit. But again, if you want to search for something specific, you can start there. If you just want to browse and scroll around, this is the place to do it. The second tab over here is services. So that's what all we provide in addition to our collection. So it's the resources in our physical buildings and our physical library spaces and the services we provide within those. So like
what
copy
I
printing.
see that stands out is home delivery is like, bam, right in your face. Like, what? There's home delivery?
Yeah. So that'll through our mobile services department, and that is a service that connects people who are homebound to our collection because they can't make it into our branches. And so I'm really glad that's just sort of front and center there under a really important service that we do offer. And it's same content as the last website, but let's take a peek at the page real quick because I haven't seen it yet. So this leads to our mobile services department. Gives you a little bit about the service itself, some frequently asked questions, like what is mobile services? Who can apply? What is the cost? Cost is free, of course.
What?
As with the rest of library services.
Free?
It is free. The one note you'll see here is fines may be assessed for lost or damaged items, same as regular library services. We don't have a fee that you have to pay to enter. We don't have a fee where you need to sign up for certain things. We don't even charge late fees. However, if you do lose an item or damage it, you will get charged a replacement. So that's just the one thing. If you treat your library items respectfully and take care of them and get them back within a reasonable time period, no cost at all, which is awesome.
So wait a minute. So this says
Yes.
who can apply. So this has to be for like a very special demographic of people.
So you see the description here. At its core, it's just people who cannot make it into the library, any library location, for a set period of time. So that could be someone who, for instance, like lives in a retirement home or assisted living facility, or if you are just homebound because you've been injured for some time and you're just on bed rest orders from your doctor and can't leave your home for a couple months, you can sign up for mobile services for that chunk of time to make sure that you still get your library items. The one thing to note is that we do deliveries all across the county. And so I believe deliveries are made once a month. If you have questions about that, let me see, that's one of the questions here. If you have questions about that, you can get in touch with the mobile services department, talk to one of our mobile services staff or the librarian there, and they can give you more details. And they're also super helpful for providing recommendations or bundles of stuff that can be delivered. It's a fantastic resource. If you find yourself in need, please. What was that?
I said, how awesome is that?
Ooh, I believe it is once monthly. Yes, there we go. How often does mobile services deliver? For a month's supply. So that is, you'll make your order and the mobile services staff can help, curate things if you would like. And then you get a delivery once a month. Well, they'll pick up whatever you have and drop off whatever's ready for you. Come back same time next month.
Wow. And
it's based on geography as well. So I don't know the specific schedule. If you have questions about that, you're absolutely welcome to get in touch with that team. We have the application down here. Basically, we just need to know who you are, where you're living, what your situation is, secondary contact just in case we can't reach you, and then what type of things you're interested in so that we know what to bring you. Which is also helpful if you're not super comfy using like a web catalog or web searching, or you're not as tech savvy. That's okay. We have staff who can help you with that. So more questions about just what can we bring you and how how much help do you need? Submit the application, and then someone from the team will get back to you as soon as possible. Yeah.
Man, that's awesome. I know I took us down a quick rabbit hole, but it was just
Okay.
standing out there, and I mean, that's just an improvement of the website.
Of course, of course. Yeah, we want people just to be able to have everything within, a couple clicks so that nothing's hidden. So that, again, is under services, and that is in addition to personalized services. Those are things that you would reach out if you want some help with something, and one of our librarians or library staff will get in touch with you and help you out. So we've talked about book bundles, book a librarian, interlibrary loan. Those are things where staff members can work with you one-on-one to get you the item that you need. We also have general services we provide, like large programs that are across the county. And so you'll see we have 3 flagship ones. There's One Book, One Community, Summer Learning, which is coming up, and To the Library, which is our program of bringing 3rd grade classrooms to the library for a tour and a welcome to library services. So this is the place, where you'll get to know a little bit more about what we do, how we do it. And then lastly, the 3rd tab here is classes and events. And so this is all of our programs that are going on. And you'll see it's a little bit sparse, where we currently have all of our programs from April and May in there. And so you'll see as we move forward with the website, our summer programs will populate as well. So just be patient with that. But you can explore by audience or by recurring programs. So these are the 2 that just recur every month at, I believe, every branch. We have a whole bunch more though. So I'll click on all events real quick, just so you can get a sense of what it looks like. Alrighty. And so this is our general event calendar so far. You'll see it has just things going in order from today, moving forward in time. You can select by location, audience, I'm on the left-hand side here, event type. So if you're only really interested in a certain type of program, you can select those, and then different drop downs. Program just has some of our more recurring standard programs, and then language as well. Unfortunately, our programs are majority English right now, but if you have any questions or requests, feel free to get in touch with your local branch, and we can always try to make it happen. So I'll just limit to downtown real quick so you get an idea what it looks like. Yeah. So now we have 32 just through the next couple months. Let's start with Lego Club. How about that? So I'll click into that. And you can see real basic description, basically everything you need to know about this upcoming program. So Lego Club is a recurring one that happens downtown on the first Wednesday of every month. You'll see it's from 4 to 5, a little description, any future dates. So it happens every month. The audience, suitable for kids, the type of program, so the general topic, language, and then on the right-hand side here, you'll see all of the information about where it is and how to get in touch with us. So this is really handy, all in one place.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'll go back to the general list. Would recommend, even if you're not, a specific patron of one branch, just scroll through and see what all we have happening. There's a lot of good things. Usually share the Inspire booklet. Everything in there is on here. So it'll be super easy and really easy to read too, which is nice.
What's the scavenger hunt?
Let's scroll down. Let's see. Spring break scavenger hunt. That's going on in Paulsbo. Let's see. So it's happening. Oh, you can see 4th, 5th, 6th. So every day this week at the Paulsbo branch, it looks like they are doing a scavenger hunt for book reading bears around the branch. Oh, that's cute. All right. Yeah. And so you see it's suitable for kids and little kids. So like school age kids who are on spring break this week, type of program, and then where to go to get to the Paulsbo branch and the hours that they're open, which is really handy.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of jealous. I wish they had that for grownups.
Well, you know what? There was something else you had downtown. It looked like something with cardboard.
Oh, yes. Let's go back to downtown. Let's let that load for a second. Yes, building with cardboard. Okay. This is a kids program here we're having on Thursday. Use materials to build a cardboard structure to display in the branch. No experience necessary. And
Oh, wow.
suitable for all ages. I know this one is for primarily kids and families because it is also spring break and lots of kiddos are available during the day. So if you have young ones in your family, feel free to come on down on Thursday from 4 to 5. That'll be fun. Yeah.
That one sounds like a good one.
Yeah. So that one is downtown as well. So I would encourage you all, if you have some time and you're curious, just to explore through our event calendar, just to get a sense of what we're offering. You can also use the top search bar up here to search for something more specific. So you can say search the, and then choose either catalog, general website, frequently asked questions, or events, like where we are now. And you can type in your query here. So that's if you know what you're looking for and don't want to have to scroll through a whole bunch of things. Let's do story night as an example. I know that's an event that's coming up. Awesome. So it leads you to every monthly event for story night. It happens on the first Thursday of every month. I can click in here. And so this is an example of a program that doesn't happen at one of our locations. It's off-site. This one's held at the Cloverleaf Sports Bar and Grill in East Bremerton. It tells you the address and even links with Google Maps here, so you can get a sense of how to get there. And so this is just an example of an adult program, and especially one that happens off-site as well. This is story night. This is an event that I work, and I really enjoy it. So if you end up coming to story night this week, please say hi.
And I hear it's a lot of fun.
It's super fun. Yeah. You get if you feel inclined to tell a story, you've got 5 minutes on stage to do that, as long as it tangentially relates to one of the topic for the month. So this month's theme is borders. And if you don't want to tell a story, you can always just listen to. It's good fun. And every storyteller gets a free book from the library. So
I would tell a story centered around borders, and it would be an escape room, and the borders would be.
Ooh. Oh, that sounds really interesting. Yeah. You can go in any direction. When I heard that, it made me think of the Borders bookstore that I used to visit when I was a teenager all the time. So, super freeform topic, but you'll find all of the topics on this page here, and then also all the future dates as well, because it's a recurring monthly event. I just want to head back to our homepage real quick, just to get a little deeper dive. You've still got that main splash image there, so you know where you are. We have a couple upcoming programs on the side here. It just goes chronologically. Scroll down, there's info about how to get a library card if you don't have one already. And then these really cool visual like carousels of book covers and covers of things that we've just got in our collection. So just arrived, kids and teens, and you can sort of scroll through and take a peek at some of the new titles that we have. We also have curated reading lists from our staff. So for instance, one on National Poetry Month, one young adult books with song lyrics as their titles, laugh out loud picture books. It's fun stuff. A little bit about our digital library here, our databases. So you can really scroll through. It's a much more visual website than our previous one was, which feels a little bit more, easy on the eyes. We've got our link to a book a librarian service here in case you need some one-on-one help. Any news articles that we publish, those will come down in the bottom here. And then a little bit about working with us if you're inclined to join our team. And then lastly, down at the bottom, just all the need to know things, as well as our social media. Most importantly, for the next month, since we are still testing out this website and trying to see what works for our community and what can make it work better, this button down at the bottom that says website feedback, we really encourage you, if there is part of our website that you don't really get, or there's a broken link or something just doesn't, spelling errors, things like that, or just inaccuracies, things that you think we might have missed, please do click on that website feedback button and just tell us what you have. Also, if you just have really nice things to say, we'll take that too.
You know what? I love that that's in there.
Yes. Yeah. We just want to take any feedback that you have about this new website because we're still working out kinks. We're still adding content, getting events published, all of that. And there are also ways to get feedback in response if you would like someone to get back in touch with you. And so this, again, this link is right at the bottom, all the way at the bottom of the page where it says website feedback. We will happily take any comments you have for the next month before we do our official launch. I think last things last, we've got our hours and locations up top. And this way, if you're new to Kitsap and don't actually know what's your local branch, you can type in your zip code or check out all of our locations and you can see these lovely photos of each one, which is really cool. We'll take a peek at the downtown branch. I'll show you the homepage for that. Let's see.
I love the pictures of the library. It's like, okay, yeah, that's the library.
Yeah, it's nice also if you haven't gotten a chance to visit them, so you get a sense of what it looks like. So here's the downtown branch as an example of one of the branch pages. You see our full hours, a little bit of detail about the history of the location itself. You get some general contact. There's our main phone number and our manager's email if you have any questions. Got upcoming events specific to our library location, and then holidays and closures, just so you know. A little bit more about downtown. You see the map, you see facilities that we have at our branch. So for instance, if you want to know, hey, can I make photocopies there? Yes, you can. We've got small features like dedicated areas. We do have, figure out the street parking situation before you come down here, and then any accessibility considerations as well. And then a little bit more about study rooms, meeting rooms, and the link to reserve that online. Finally, our main full-time staff, so that you know.
I know those people.
Yeah, so you know who to look for when you get here. So you got our branch manager, our supervisor, and then Kirsten and I are 2 librarians. Then some details about new items that we've added to our collection specific to downtown. You can scroll through, same old, same old. So I've got a page of those for every branch, which is really neat. So you can sort of, if you're new to the area, sort of explore before you get here. I think that's sort of, yes.
Before you navigate from that page, if you'll go back, I think you need to update this page here because this is like one of the very few green spaces downtown. And so this is a real special area here in downtown Bremerton.
That is true. That is very true. Maybe we can add that as a feature or a facility.
It is a feature. It's super cool.
Yeah. No, I agree. We even sometimes have like programs out on the lawn during the summer because it's really lovely. That is a nice note to add. I'll see if we can make a note of that somewhere. Yeah. Good stuff. What I won't get into right now, but I would encourage all of you to explore a little bit, is just searching the catalog itself, because there's a lot to discover. BiblioCommons is a really cool platform that also incorporates like some social elements. So I know sometimes folks want to be able to rate what they're reading or save it to their reading list or leave comments. That's something our catalog did not accommodate before, and it will now.
Really?
And there's a little bit of a process to that. You got to make a new account, just like a username. And so you'll see log in my account up top. This actually will look pretty familiar from the last system, but you'll be able to log in. And that way, if you do want to leave comments or rate something or, just feel a little bit more connected to your catalog, that's the way to do it. And I can do a deep dive next month if you'd like. But let's just look at one for an example to, just as an example, I will look
like Where the Red Fern Grows or something.
Oh yeah, let's do that. I was gonna look up the super dense book that I'm reading right now. Let's do Where the Red Fern Grows. I can type today. Haha. Okay. Oh, Marwan, this is a sad one.
I read that when I was a kid. That was like required reading.
Yeah, I think I read it in like 7th grade in my lit classes. That one really hits you at home. It's, well, no spoilers. So this is one where we search the catalog. So I selected catalog by, and it defaults to keyword, but you can specify, I want the title, or I want the author, or the subject, da, 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 da. So keyword is a good place to start. And we know exactly what we're looking for here. It's where the red fern grows. What's really cool is that it'll show you all the different formats sort of within one item, like one record itself, whereas in the previous catalog, it had like item number 1, print book, item number 2, large print book, item number 3, audiobook. So it kind of condenses those here, which is really neat. It does tell you that all of the copies that we have are checked out. We have 2 copies, but 0 holds. So if you did want to put a hold on it, you'd probably get it pretty quickly. We also have the audiobook. We've got the ebook as well. I think that might be a different edition, which is why it's totally separate. And then the DVD also available. So I'll click in here really quickly so you can see just a catalog record. Tells you a nice description of the book that we get from the publisher, different formats so you know which one you're looking for. You see other users of BiblioCommons library catalogs have rated it pretty highly. It's got 661 ratings. Those do not just come from KRL people. Those come from any library user whose system uses BiblioCommons. So this is sort of a nice way to have that social element. Yeah. And so if you're signed in, you can also rate it based on your reading experience. A little bit more about the author, and then you can see comments from the community. Again, that is not just KRL. You can see even the dates. These are before we got before we got this system. So you can also, yeah, exactly. So that, like, if you're like on the fence about reading something, or you want a little bit more context, or just a general sense, like, will I enjoy this? If this is helpful, go ahead and read the comments. There are also ways that you can flag it if someone leaves a spoiler comment. So that's something we can get into next time.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can scroll down and see any staff lists that feature this title. Again, this pulls from different library systems that use BiblioCommons. So you'll see different library systems like Pima Library, DCL Kids, Balsam Lake Public Library. So it pulls in all of their recommendations and staff lists as well, which is really neat. So you don't just have to rely on KRL. You can if you want to, but but these just give you more options. And then finally, a little bit you may also like. So similar titles for different elements, and those come from Novelist, which is a database that we subscribe to. So just more opportunities to explore in this catalog, which is really, really neat. So would highly recommend spend some time with the catalog. You can go into it next month also. But I have
Priya,
talked
let me
for
ask you.
Yes.
Can you see where it says books in red 2016? And then right next to that, it says available in green. If I just click on that, I can download the audiobook right from there?
So it should kick you over to Libby. For the ebooks and e-audiobooks, we use the platform Libby. It's provided by a platform called Overdrive. So you'll see digital content provided by Overdrive. That links with our digital collection. So that is one area where it will use the digital side of things. And that tells you there are digital copies available. So you can then go onto your Libby app. Libby is the app that uses our Overdrive collection, and it works on any type of device you have. Still send in with your library card number and password. And so then you would go check on Libby. This is available. Check it out, and you can start listening in like 2 minutes. So this just tells you all the different formats available, so you're not limited just to the one. It looks like no one's rated the audiobook, unfortunately, but it is the same text as the print book. So you can sort of go on those ratings and then decide you want to listen to it.
I mean, I'm just thinking how cool this is. Like, hey, we got to take a road trip. We got to go to Seattle really quick. Okay, fine. And a few clicks, I've got a new book that's in my ears.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's really handy. Exactly. So I just want
to, you know, all the shows we've done together, this is the first time I've noticed that, and noticed how fast it is to get reading. You know, a lot of folks might be a little resistant, like, oh, I got to log in, I've got to do a search for a book, I got to find it, then I got to down. Like, no, it was like click, click, and it's reading to you.
Yeah,
This is
in our
cool.
previous catalog, it just wasn't as visually like connected. So that
Mm-hmm.
like downloadable audiobook would show up in the catalog, but it wouldn't be in direct in the same book like, entry as the print book. And I think most folks are used to starting with the print book and then working their way down. So at least with this catalog entry, it just makes it very clear. It's like, hey, however you want to read this book, we've got it, which is really neat. And I don't know. I'm a huge fan of our audiobook collection, so I'm just overjoyed that it's sort of front and center here. Um, but like I said, take this next month. I'll stop sharing real quick. If you are a library user, any branch in any format, please do take this next month before we roll out this finalized version of the website. Explore the catalog, poke around in it. Tell us if we missed anything. Tell us if anything looks weird or is hard to understand. We've got a whole frequently asked questions page, hopefully to cover all that content. Let us know if we missed anything. And so by this time next month, we will have a lovely, robust website and a really cool catalog and just make it like that much easier for you to get reading. Just in time for summer learning starting in June. So
I know. I'm ready now. So now I have another question. Now, if
yes.
we leave a comment on the website, are there stickers?
Oh, you mean like on on one of the like book entries in the catalog? Or
No, no, like, there was an option there was like, "Hey, leave us some feedback on the website." So if we leave
oh, are
feedback, we'd like to get some stickers.
you know, if you come to downtown and let me know you left a comment, I'll give you a sticker.
All right.
No, I don't think we have like a formal like I left a comment stickers, but we are so grateful for any feedback, good or bad, just to help let us know that we're going in the right direction because it's we only want to provide things that are useful for our community, and we can't know if things are or aren't unless y'all tell us.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's helpful. I mean, just from going through it and, I saw it, I got a brief, preview, was it last week? Might have been last week, but there was
Mm.
just so many more things that I saw this time, so it's great. If it's
Yeah,
just
it's
something
exciting.
like, "Ooh, okay, hey, I like it." I think
Yeah,
that's
and I will say also, like, our staff is still like becoming familiar with it as well. So we're all learning and we're all just finding new things to love about it, which is really neat. So I would just encourage everyone to explore. Also know that staff is exploring at the same time, so we're trying to be like really fast with it, but give us some grace. It's a new platform. But overall, I think it'll just be so useful and really helpful. And also for those of us who use like mobile devices to do our web searching, it works so well on a mobile platform. So much better than our last one. We're really happy to have it. Yeah.
So let me ask you, what are, like, 1 or 2 of your favorite things so far that you've discovered?
Oh, okay. So as someone who holds public programs, it's much easier for me as a librarian to like put our program information in and just have it come out in one nice clean calendar that's like easy to share. The content is like front and center. It's so that just makes my job a little easier. Um, but it's also really cool to see the like comments and social elements in the catalog. And I need to spend some more time going through that. I'll be honest. But I use a platform like Goodreads. I use Goodreads a lot. It's a completely separate app just for books and readers because I like to get those reviews. After I finish a book or even before to know whether it's worth reading for me. So this incorporates elements of that where it's like you can leave a comment saying like, oh, I absolutely loved this book, or this was, the perfect mix of this and this. So those comments are, in our catalog from other readers, which is really neat. And helps you feel more connected too. So I'm excited to explore those a little bit more and maybe leave some of my own. So yeah, we'll see.
Well, you know what? To that end, folks have their favorite librarian staff. Do you have, like, staff picks for, library staff? Like, "Hey, Priya suggests these 6 books in these genres, try this next. This is what Priya's reading now.
Oh, that's fun. So we don't currently have that on our website. I did show that they had a little staff picks reading list just on our front page, and that is curated by our selector staff. So those are the librarians who work at our Sylvan Way location, and they purchase the books for our whole collection. So they are really good with sort of curating reading lists of like top rated bestsellers, like really buzzy titles. Like, if you loved this, you should read this. So they're the ones who sort of churn out those lists that you might see on like on our homepage or on Libby. You'll see like staff pick, staff recommended. That team sort of takes care of that for our whole system. But if you're ever curious, you can go to your local branch and just ask us. We tend to have displays up in our branch that are more or less, are often actually just staff picks. But we are more than happy to share what we're reading. So it's good fun.
Nice. Yeah, come down, talk to the librarians, talk to the staff. Super awesome. One other thing I wanted to ask you was, the weather is getting better. Are the hours going to change as we go into summer, or do they stay the same?
That's a good question. As far as I know, our hours are set for at least the next few months, because we did have that hours expansion some months ago, and we are settling into that. And so I don't have any input. Actually, Marwan, you probably know that better than I would if we had it on the horizon. Yeah.
I'm not telling. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I can't say.
Yeah.
I would. I do.
Yeah, I know it's being requested and talked about. So we definitely hear the feedback that extended hours would be useful. For now, we're settling into our current hours and trying to make the most of the time and the space that we have, and also ramping up for, again, our summer learning program, which starts in June, which I will happily share about as we get closer to that.
Coming up soon, and definitely stickers then. So, stay tuned.
Oh, yeah. We'll have all the stuff.
Prizes, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, and I think Layla might actually be here this summer this year. So,
yay!
Instead of leaving and going on vacation.
Oh.
So that'll be good.
Yeah.
Because she left right when it was happening. So I was like, oh man. So we'll be able to do it together. It's kind of hard to do.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. She's having too much fun.
I get that. It's hard to go to the library during the summer sometimes. I get that. Until you realize how fun it is, and then it's very easy to go to the library.
It is. But when she's out of town, visiting family, then she's a celebrity because she flew in, right? So, yeah.
Good for her.
She loves that. Well, man, I really appreciate you. I always have so much fun every month coming on and learning what's new. I knew the website was, just going to be really fantastic. And so far it's even, better than expected. And like I said, just it's intuitive, and your eyes are just really drawn to things that it wasn't drawn to before. And it's like, okay, like even I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a walk later on. I may just go and do a couple clicks and start an audiobook, right?
Yeah, exactly. And all of our services are still the same. It's just the way that they're organized on the website is slightly different, and hopefully easier to find, easier to discover. So again, if there are any questions or feedback, good or bad, we will happily take it. You can also just walk into the library and give us a call and give us feedback that way. We will take all of your thoughts and have a really cool product at the end because of them.
All right, everyone. That website launches on May 3rd, so stay tuned. But you got a sneak peek here for sure. And, tell friends and family if they want to watch this video so they can get a head start on what it looks like. So when it does launch, it's like you dive right in. Please do so. So, man, Priya, I want to thank you for coming on and talking with us today. We actually spent a little bit more time than we normally do. So,
there's a lot there.
Have fun, Good stuff. Was there any egg hunts? That's the only thing I didn't see in the library for the monthly stuff going on.
Not
wedding bear hunt, but not an egg hunt.
Yeah, not that I know off the top of my head. Different branches might have their own special like in-branch things going on, depending on just like which one's in your neighborhood. Here at the downtown branch, we don't have an egg hunt, but we do have almost all new displays for the month of April. We've got some sunlight, we've got open windows, we've got all the good stuff going on. So hopefully that'll do it. But if you ever have any requests or questions, you know how to get in touch with your local branch and just talk to the staff there. We will happily take your questions and recommendations for future programs.
Absolutely. And if you're looking for something to do, either for yourself or for the kids, there's stuff that's going on every day at the library. So come down and check it out. And I think that's going to do it for us today.
Yeah.
How awesome is that? I love it.
Thank you for having me and for diving deep into our website. We're really excited about it. It'll help us do our job a lot better and help people connect with us, I hope. So it's good stuff.
Absolutely. All right. Well, for Priyachari, our adult librarian, our favorite librarian, for Kitsap Regional Library, I am Marwan Cameron. This is The Conduit. We'll see you next month. All right. Have a good one, everyone.